trash my house, you wreck my car. Oh God, I know it's never ever really your fault. I left it all just in case you feel like coming home. What you doing with them junky excuses? These tired hands keep holding on. They always carried you and that kept you warm. Don't give up on me now, 'cause I won't ever let you go it alone. Oh, you got to give it up. Oh, how could you take anymore? Just in case you feel like coming home. What you doing with them junky excuses? Let you know you're never with them junky excuses. Come on home, baby, come on home. You can leave all those junky excuses. There's no one left here to blame it on. These junky excuses have come and gone. Everything changes, but you don't. But you don't. It's not my place to make the call. Oh, girl, it's like I never even knew you at all. Oh, no. Oh, I left it out just in case you feel like coming home. What you doing with them junky excuses? Let you know you're never alone. With them junky excuses. Just in case you feel like coming home. Come on home, baby, come on home. Let you know you're never alone. With them junky excuses.
Yes, yes, that is the Black Moose junkie excuses, just like me. I know that's right. I always have a junkie excuses. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good. Actually, it's not morning. It's an afternoon. It's 1:36 p.m. here and Addison, Illinois, where I live with my husband David. This is your friend Monica. It's Monica, your friend Monica. Sorry I had to do this video late today. I had some commitments to attend to. One of them being I had to go see a doctor, like thing I said before in one of these episodes, that when I was in Mexico, I felt like I was struggling with something in my nose, and I wanted to check it out. Be like my mom advice. I tend to listen to my mother. She is my doctor before the doctor, and thankfully, don't seem like it was nothing major. Dr. Patel, she suggested that I leave, what I suspected on my own. This spray in your nose, it tend to make things worse instead of better. And she she suggested that I take some, you see I'm coughing, take some acid reflux medicine for 8 weeks, and hopefully that would send the cough away. And I am gonna do that because she suggested that, and I just don't like that cough. And then if that cough doesn't go away after the treatment for 8 weeks, I would then go see her vet and see if it's something else that caused me to cough, and for me to just learn some of the ways that I don't have to deal with my congestion. So it seems like allergies, something I'm developing as I age. So that's just that. Sorry for the TMI, but that's why I gotta give you a reason why you didn't get my series. Monica is reading Dr. Parenti. Because if you know, if you are correct leftists, you should be reading radical texts. Alright, and by that I'm saying you gotta read Dr. Michael Parenti, you gotta read Dr. Frank Fanon, you gotta read Dr. Walter Rodney, you gotta read some other texts. Read Capital with Karl Marx, read radical texts. Read the kind of texts that white supremacists don't want you to read. I read The Settlers with Jay Saki, read Howard Zinn, right? Just read radicals, right? And because remember why the leftists are taxes. Our task is to make sure we can educate the public, alright, and let us take over instead of these white degenerate capitalists, right? We don't want to be reading the watered down fake leftists who's gonna confuse the public. We should be able to take over and tell the public how we think things should go, which is clean this up and put communism in place. And speaking of communists, there was something interesting today. I went to Twitter and I saw a tweet by Bryce Greeny. You should follow him. It's at the Greeny, B as in boy, J. The Greeny, B as in boy, J. Bryce Greeny. He is a journalist. He is an Indianist. He's from Indiana, and he's a correct leftist. And he was reminding me what Joy Lonsdale tweeted some time ago. And I'm quoting Mr. Lonsdale. He said, quote, no, before I quote him, I just want to tell you what he was replying to. So, some gentleman named Latin adjacent Dr. PSD tweeted that communists aren't allowed in this hemisphere, and every one of them should be blown up along with the grave sites. That's what Mr. Latin's adjacent Dr. PS say on Twitter. So he tweeted that he thinks the communists are not allowed in the hemisphere, Western Hemisphere. They should just wipe us out from Earth. And Mr. Donders tweeted, quote, exactly. What did you think funding Palantir was supposed to be about? Close quote. So the Palantir company job is to exterminate communists, including me, from existence. All right? So you can see we have a bit of a fight because our overlords, our rulers, our capitalists want to exterminate us, right? So, hey, I may not be here, so while I'm still here, my job is to try to tell the public how us communists think. All right, what would we like? We want to make Mr. Londale and the likes of them not existing here and us taking charge, right? So everybody could be our ruler. Instead of him, all of us will be ruler. Not just me, but you too, okay? That's what I'm thinking about. And while we still at the topic of exterminating communists on planet Earth, there was another tweet that I also shared, and I share on my Facebook, on my Instagram, in places where people never like, but I do tweet it so they can see it. Where there was a tweet by Historiland at Historiland HQ at Historiland HQ. He tweeted this quote: "Man waiting to be executed during the communist purge in Indonesia, 1965." Close quote. And there's a picture of an Indonesian man in some sort of hole, ready to be exterminated, ready to be executed. Now, for me, I don't want to go yet. I want to be alive for my husband, for my children, for everybody that cares. But if I had to go this way, I have to go this way. For me, I don't think it would ever be a moment where I would apologize for my communist proclivities, because I think communists will take over. That's just how I feel. I'm a kind of person who actually believe that I don't give a fuck what inbred, white degenerates, and their supporters think. I think this shit should be communist. Alright? I'm just being honest with you. This is a communist. That's what you're looking at right here. A communist. I want the shit. Get rid of the motherfucking ruling class, capitalist degenerates that commit genocide on the regular, and transform this to communism. Alright? Now, we usually start the show by talking what's happening in the world. Alright, what's happening on planet Earth, right? And there's a lot happening on planet Earth that we can talk about. But I actually thought about saying something that this other guy that I follow on Twitter say, and it has something to do with the press, right? It's something to do with the press. Now, if you have been paying attention to me, you know that I do not trust the mainstream press. I do not trust the press that's controlled by the white colonizers, which is mainly U.S. capitalist owners, right? The corporate press. I don't trust them. I just don't, because their press is to prime the public, not just to be not just to be poorly informed, is to be overly informed to a point that they don't even know what up is from down. The waters are so muddy, right? It's for them to believe that the shit here, this garbage country that was stolen from natives, literally exterminated natives, replaced them with white folk, and then and not only that, had African slave Africa to clean the shit up for them. This shit here is the best we can aspire as a human species on Earth, right? That's what this press is about, to make sure you consistently think like that. They want you to think that you are exceptional because you're not an Iranian today, who they have reduced to this thing that had to make a choice, either annihilation or dignity, right? So if they choose dignity, they will be annihilated, right? That's what's gonna happen. And if they don't choose dignity, they will be slave, right? So that's what this press is about. So he tweeted something here to the American public, the people who read the New York Times, which happen to be the Walders at a $2.5 million houses, these people who want to believe they civilized because they live in a 2.5 million house. He tweeted this, Mr. Alan McCloy, at Alan McCloy, he tweeted this: "At what point do we have to label the New York Times a threat to the world peace?" Close quote. That's his question. And why would Mr. McCloy say that? Because the New York Times, I published an article on February 22nd, 2026, and I'm quoting here, and this comes from Brad Stevens. Brad Stevens is a white Jew, okay? He is a motherfucking white Jew, a prominent columnist, an elite of elites. He has his base on the motherfucking New York Times, and he's allowed to say whatever the fuck he wants as long as it's support white supremacy. And he published an article, which I'm not gonna go read because I'm not gonna read Brad Stevens. He is the scum of the earth. He's a degenerate, a white degenerate. I have no time. But he did write an article, an opinion piece that said the case for striking Iran. Alright? Now Brad Stevens always support any invasion of any country. They wanna go kill Libya, he's on board. Wanna go kill Cuban, he's on board. Wanna go kill Venezuelan, he's on board. Wanna go kill Nicaraguan, he's on board. Wanna go kill Palestinian, he's all about that, right? So, and New York Times publish these things. Now, you will never see New York Times allow Dr. Parenti to publish shit on the motherfucking pages. The New York Times not gonna let any dissenting view publish shit on the thing, but they don't mind having a fascist published every week on their page, right? So that's, you guys go ahead, American public, Republican voters, what you think the answer to Mr. McClure should be. Alan McClure asked a question. At what point do we label the New York Times a threat to world peace? Alright? And that's what happened in the world. And so for now, we'll go read Dr. Parenti. Now, yesterday, I did publish at the episode 23 of the family drama. Alright, that was an update that I needed to put there. But I'm not gonna put a family drama. There's no family drama today. But I did notice that you didn't watch it. Make sure you watch it. And you know, if you want to keep up with the drama, or from time to time I may have to publish like what's happening with the drama, because again, whatever my family are behaving here, I will go ahead and update that drama. So those are the foreseeable episode you're gonna see. Now we are at episode 28. Right? Some of you did watch, but not many of you. I want to encourage you to watch it. Some of those episodes are really going borderline viral, which is interesting to me. Because the one that I really didn't publish much is taken off. But it seems like people in some places are watching it, you know. So I guess it's gonna be useful. But I am gonna keep up as however they move here, however I'm gonna move. That's just gonna be the interaction with this family, because it seems to me that me and my husband may be excommunicated. So the only way this family is gonna be moving is through this medium that I have created, through this family drama. However I see move, however I'm gonna move in this drama. Also, what was I gonna say? Also, I have been, what I do on my episodes here, this family drama episode, I'll go and rewatch, especially episodes that the people that are watching and stuff. I'll go and watch it myself and see what was I saying, right? And then I know I will pick up the things I say. I say a lot of stuff. I say a lot of leftist stuff. So I will just give you some of the, like I will post on Facebook, for example. I posted some of them when I was on one of the episodes, I forgot what episode it was, where I was saying, for example, that my mother-in-law was worrying about the tradition being taken away from the girls. And I was like, she don't have to worry about the white supremacy tradition being scared for his white granddaughters, because Emily is making sure she's gonna keep her white supremacy tradition like a true Italian American KK she is. So I will keep doing that, and I hope you will just take use of that. and then go watch it yourself, okay? So that's that. But anyway, we'll go back to black shirts and rest, the rationalization of fascism, and the overthrow of communism with Dr. Parenti. I think yesterday what did we read yesterday? Let me see what we watched yesterday. We read that's a good one. Everyday class struggle. Okay, that's true. Every day is a class struggle because the capitalism is about it's class. It's all about class. Every day isn't a struggle when it comes to class. The rest of us who don't even register as class, like for example the outcasts, they don't even care. They already said they throw away, right? Like for example, people in prison, right, who they have put in cages, they are class on this. They're downtrodden. They don't want to give them health care. They don't want to rehabilitate them. They don't want to do it. They just want to get rid of them. Just put them away and forget about it, right? That's a class in itself, right? And in terms of Marx, they all kind of lump in proletariat shit like that. All human beings on earth should be careful, but there's class system. Some classes are taken care of, like my mother-in-law class, who is the middle class. They put all the love and concern to that class, and the rest, the people below that class, are treated like nothing. And I have a problem with that, because if that's the case, I don't want the fucking middle class. My thing is this: if you're not gonna take care of all the classes, fuck the middle class, all right? I just how I feel. And that's why I don't feel sorry when they say there's no longer the middle class disappearing. I actually hear that. I feel good about that when they say that, because maybe if the middle class disappear, their shit will change, all right? So I don't give a fuck about middle class, because fuck them. They're arrogant, right? If the middle class were doing something to help everybody else, it would have been something. But since they think they're so special, right, because they're middle class and not the lumpen proletariat or the downtrodden, then I have a problem with them, okay? Anyway, so today we're going to read a section where that Dr. Parenti labeled as wealth and power. In order that a select few might live in great opulence, millions of people work hard for an entire lifetime, never free from finance insecurity, and at the time, never free from and at the great cost to the quality of their lives. That's a highlight right there. All right. Did you hear what Dr. Parenti said? Let me start over again. In order that a select few might live in great opulence, millions of people work hard for an entire lifetime, never free from financial insecurity, at a great cost to the quality of their lives. All right? That's exactly how it goes. The complaint is not that the very rich have so much more than everyone else, but that their superabundance and endless accumulation comes at the expense of everybody, everyone, and everything else, including our communities and our environment. All right? Great concentration of wealth gives the owning class control not only over the livelihoods of millions, but over civil life itself. Money is the necessary ingredient that gives the rich their immense political influence, the monopoly ownership of mass media, their access to a skilled lobbyists and high public office. To those who possess it, great wealth also brings social prestige and cultural dominance, all right? Including memberships on the governing boards of foundations, universities, museums, research institutions, and professional schools. You get that? That's why, for example, I say I'm not seeing no white doctor because, hey, the the American Medical Association did not condemn Palestine genocide. Now did they condemn something about Russia because Russia was attacking white people, but when it comes to brown and black folk in Palestine, it's fair again. So fuck that shit. And why that is? Because they have white degenerate who are disproportionately rich control these institutions. So when you support these institutions, you are supporting white supremacy. We have to confront these institutions for what they are. They're fucking racist, okay? And we cannot, because they overpower, the only thing we hear not hear is them, and we forget to use our brain to say, hey, y'all not doing what you're supposed to do. If your job is to heal human beings, you didn't say only white human beings, okay? Bitch, I'm not trusting you now because you have a double standard how you think humans should be treated. If a human is in Palestine, it's fair again. If it's in Ukraine, it's special. No, I can't trust that. I can't respect that, okay? So let's keep going. Likewise, the absence of money is what makes the have-nots and have-littles relatively powerless, depriving them of access to national media and severely limiting their influence over political decisions makers. Okay, you see, poor people, they don't have a voice. Where are you gonna go? They're not gonna put a microphone in front of you. No. As you can see with my YouTube channel, YouTube is not gonna try to promote a broke woman talking in her living room or her husband's living room. No. One of my most suppressed video is the one that I'm telling them that I'm really like barely making it. We had to be homeless sometime, right? When you say shit like that and you have a political mind, they don't like that. Because they like to assume that poor people, our problem is because we dumb, essentially, right? Not because we are being intentionally underdeveloped and oppressed, but because something nefarious about us, something faulty, but it's not the case. Poor people are not any more criminal than rich people or no middle class people. They're not any more anything. They're just all the same. Human are human, okay? However, we just the same. We are intentionally treated that way. Yes, poor people will have more crime because poor people have to fight for everything. A rich person is not going to commit a crime just to eat for the day, okay? That's not a thing. They have too much to lose. A poor person have to sometimes. They have to do what they have to do sometimes. So that doesn't make the rich person any special than a poor person. It just means that the one person doesn't have to. I made an example with my husband's children, for example. They don't have to steal because my husband had too much food for them. They have enough food for a small army versus a poor black boy in the south side of Chicago who does have to. Does that mean that a poor black boy is inherently evil? No. It's just there's a disparity of the experiences of these two groups. Alright, and that's how you need to think of it. But they don't want us to think like that because they want my mother-in-law to have that genocidal bag, and think that this is free because it's free of people of color, right? And it's only her. Because if enough people of color, then she wouldn't be free, essentially, right? We need to confront these ideas. We need to confront these people and expose them for what they are. Right? That's all I'm saying. But let's keep going. As the gap between the corporate rich and the rest of us grows, the opportunities for popular rule diminishes. There is mass discourse on, quote, how to balance freedom with security, close quote. History offers numerous examples of leaders who, in the name of national security, have been ready to extinguish what precious few liberties people might have won after generations of struggle. Challenges to the privileged social order are treated as attacks upon the social order. It plunges into chaos and anarchy. Repressive measures are declared necessary to safeguard people from the dangers of terrorists, subversives, rats, and other supposed enemies, both foreign and domestic. Again and again, we are asked in domestic no, we are asked to choose. I'm sorry. Again and again, we are asked to choose between freedom and security, when in truth there is no security without freedom. Exactly. Exactly. In both dictatorship and democracies, the agencies of quote national security end quote acting secretly and accountable have regularly violated both freedom and security, practicing every known form of repression, corruption, and deceit. Once in control of the state, plurocracy interests can use a regressive taxation system to make the public pay for the agencies of repression that are essential to elite domination. Still, democratic governance can prove troublesome, inciting all sorts of popular demands and imposing restraint on big business, enjoyment of the free-willing market. For this reason, the captains of capitalism and the conservative publicists support both a strong state armed with every intrusive power and a weak government unable to stop corporate abuse or serve the needs of the ordinary populace. Exactly. Let's keep going. Aside from the system imperative that causes capitalism to accumulate without end, we must also reckon with the driving force of the class greed. Wealth is an addiction. You hear that? That's the truth. Wealth is an addiction. Just like drugs can addictive, wealth is also addictive. And power is also addictive. Okay? These are it's especially with white supremacy. They just don't know how to share. It's just anyway. Let's keep going. There is no end to the amount of money one desire to accumulate. The best security to being rich is to get still richer, piling possession upon possession, giving oneself over to the aristocracies, the cause greed of for God. The desire for more money than can be consumed in a thousand lifetime or limitless indulgence, wanting and nothing but still more and more money. It's sickening. It really is. Wealth buys every comfort and privilege in life. The fame of fortune, elevating the possessor to the highest financial stratosphere and expression of the aggrandizing self. I had to say something here. In fact, for me, one great thing has been for me since I got married is like I actually don't deal with money at all. I don't want it. I even know I don't have a bank account right now. My husband have a bank account, but I did not join with me. He gave me a credit card in case I had to buy something. Like today, I went through Heston. That way, he does not always have to go get things. I don't even want to deal with money. I am dramatized when it comes to this. The system has dramatized me. If I tell you what I've been through in the last 30 years, you feel sorry for me. And then being married to my husband, and he actually he can handle it. I just can't even handle things. And my husband keep me off stuff. He knows what to do and what not to do. Put it that way, because if he does something I don't like, it's just gonna be problems. So, but I trust my husband. But I don't even want to deal with money at all. this system is so evil. It actually gives you PTSD once you really start. People like it's dramatizing. They have created a system where they rob you life, they suck life out of you, and serves as something you shouldn't be working this hard, right? Life shouldn't be this hard. But this evil system run by criminals, they are just make life impossible for majority of world people. But anyway, let's keep going. An expansion of the ego's boundary and an extension of one's existence beyond the grave, leaving one's feeling almost invulnerable to time and mortality. War is pursued without moral restraints. The very rich try to crush anyone who resists the enduring, endless, heartless, unprincipled accumulation. Like any addiction, money is pursued in that obsessive, immoral, single-minded way, revealing a total disregard for what is right or wrong, just or unjust, and indifferent to other consideration and other people's interests, and even one's own interests too. They go beyond feeling the addiction. Capitalism is a rational system, the well-calculated systematic maximization of power and profits, a process of accumulation anchoring in material obsession that has the ultimate irrational consequences of devouring the system itself and everything else with it. We'll leave it there. Now I want to say something. I just want to talk to poor people here. I just want to talk to poor people for a second here. I recommend if you're poor to read books. Read about our ancestors. Read about other people, other poor people, like poor Irish people, for example. Read about poor people in America, black folk. Like read Langston Hewitt's novels, autobiography or something. Just read about, try to find out, like, how the people say slaves in Jamaica live in the 19th century. Once you start understanding, like, so this thing called poverty is really our disposition, and trying to find a strength in that, instead of trying to look up the Beyonce, LeBron James, or the Oprahs and stuff. Just go outside of that and find something else. Once you do that, you will start get more judgment of yourself. You will stop buying the bullshit. All right. You know what I mean? That's the easiest way I can. You have to always understand that there has to be something profoundly wrong when millions of Brazilian people, for example, are eating food that fall on the ground. Something's wrong with that. Why Brazilians are starving, right? Why they live in the favelas, right? We need to start questioning these things. Why? Why we have billions of people struggling? Why Palestinian people have to be exterminated? Find strength in the forgotten. The Hindus, the almost a billion Hindus who go to bed hungry. Stay there. Stay with the forgotten. And seriously, once you do that, you know we don't need a system. We don't need a system. And there's a reason why the ruling animals want to exterminate. Because to be a communist is actually you went so deep to try to read texts that would challenge this barbaric system. You don't understand why would they be demonize communists so much? Why the U.S. state every year they pass a resolution, the evils of communism? There is no communism. This is a capitalist state. Why are they obsessed with that? It should give you a clue. U.S. state does not do something unless it poses a threat to this barbaric system. And this barbaric system that normalizes genocide, enslavement, and now the rape or even white children and cannibalism or even white children is discredited. We don't need it. It's anti-human. We should aspire for better. And for that, we're gonna get a last song, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
The power to save lives is within you. Donate plasma and get paid for your time.
When every day feels the same, one man wants more.
I need an adventure.
So Ken goes to Expedia. The one